So Alex, a 3-3 draw with Kidsgrove at home today in front of a bumper crowd. So
Yeah.
obviously we asked people to turn up in the numbers, and they did despite the weather. So I guess your overall reaction to what's probably a bit of mixed emotion in terms of disappointment and the result in the end.
It's mainly disappointing, to be honest. I do think that there's the crowd are superb. To be fair, for the storm that's happened in the past 24 hours, the trees that have fallen in Mosley, and I thought it was just short of 600, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Superb, really good. The second half lived up to it. I thought the first half was awful.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, I thought it was just a horrendous game of football. Both teams not interested in keeping the ball in any way, shape, or form. Second half, it's come to life. So 6 goals in second half. You can't really complain as a punter coming to watch it. But we're really disappointed with our performance today. I think his performance has been reminded me of what we looked like at the start of the season in lots of different ways. So we'll have to reflect. We'll have to watch it back and try and figure out why that is, really.
I guess obviously there's disappointment around the result, but a couple of moments of brilliance, I suppose. And the first goal is probably as good a goal as we've scored all season from outside of some individual efforts.
Yeah, first goal's really good, and that's the thing, and I think that's a bit why I'm quite annoyed, because the first goal's everything we asked for. I'm not expecting it to come off every time, but we expect runs, we expect winning the ball, we expect quality wide, we expect runs behind, and we expect good first touches. And that just missed for effectively for what did we have, a 15-minute period where we scored 2 in that 15 minutes. For the rest of the game, we've not had anywhere near that. So yeah, I thought the first goal was good. The second goal comes from just tenacity from Reece to start with.
Yeah.
Just to put a ball in an area, and then tenacity from Rio to go and get on the end of it, and composure as well to put it onto his left. But I thought Reece was really good for for all 3 goals, really. I thought Reece was really good for second half, and to be honest, I think that's probably the one performance in the second half that you can, in my opinion, that you can someone can hold themselves their head high. I thought Ops did okay, but we'd gone back, we reverted back to a Mosley that drew a load of games without looking like a threat, without looking dangerous and commanding. We were miles off men. We weren't physical enough. We weren't disrupting. We weren't landing on first, nowhere near seconds. And it comes down to choice. And that's the biggest frustrating thing, because we've not done that for the last month. So we need to figure out. I said to them in there after the game, I could have expected that performance last week at Newcastle. If in reality you could be tired, we had a lot of niggles last week, but we didn't. We showed more composure. I bet we've ran more last week than what we've ran more this week. But yeah, we need to figure out why today's happened, because I think there were a bit of you could sense it. To be fair, I could probably sense it before the game, especially the first half performance. But there were reactions second half, weren't they? And we got ourselves ahead.
And unlucky not to go and win it at the end after the penalty. Hit the bar. I think Obbs has a good chance, and then Joe hits the bar at the end as well.
Yeah. It's we didn't deserve to win it. I'm honestly not entirely sure we even deserved a point. I'll be honest. I'm really struggling to find any sort of positivity from it. Yeah, I think you find yourself 2-0 up when you're not playing well. You've got to hold on to that, and then to concede 3 goals in 9 minutes. Matt Reed's come on and made a massive difference, and we've just not dealt with him. In reality, we've just not dealt with him, and there aren't many like Matt that you'll have to deal with, and we haven't dealt with him at all. So yeah, we're a bit bad, but we haven't deserved it, have we? That's the brutal part of it. In reality, it's not something we've deserved, and it definitely weren't a penalty at the end, and we didn't deserve that. So we've got away with one. We've got a point. Hopefully the football gods are changing, and we're actually going to get decisions that are going our way now. But yeah, you've got there's things that you expect against a Kidsgrove team, and you know what to expect. You know to expect physicality. You know to expect to fight. You know to expect first and seconds. But you also know to expect a side that ain't going to give up. Yeah. And we've just done none of that, and that's so frustrating. So we'll have to go back to the drawing board a little bit in a few ways, really. Not sure if some of the information we're given were right this week, so we'll have to reflect on it and see how we can be better for next.
And Mason came off at half time. Looked like he was carrying an injury after a couple of tough challenges in the first half. Any update on that?
Yeah, just the first challenge that went through him. Just caught him on his knee. Not entirely sure yet. There's some swelling's come out in it. So we'll have to assess it this week. It wouldn't surprise me the way in which some parts of this season's gone. But he seems, we just had to take him off because he weren't moving, nowhere near moving well enough in the first half. And he was trying, but he just couldn't move and get the ground that he needed to cover. So I had to take him off. Thought Ray done okay when he came on. We've definitely taken his goal quite well and he's caused some bother. So, yeah, we'll see with Mason.
And then we move on to Vauxhall Motors next weekend. Another tough game away from home. Thoughts on that one?
Tough. And you go from Matt Reid to Kevin Ellison, and two similar players in some respects, but two very experienced players. And you know what you're going to get. You know you're going to get Vauxhall's one of the tougher places to go in the league. I don't know how they've got on today, but we've been there before and we've won on a night game and we've lost a couple as well when City Liverpool played there as well. It's a tough place to go, so we'll train Tuesday, we'll train Thursday, and we'll look at the squad. Some of the injuries, we've got Isaac will be back. We've now picked up a couple of injuries, so we'll look at the balance of us and sort of see what we can do in that respect, really.
Thanks, Alex.
Cheers, Nathan.